So, welcome engineering physics class. This is my YouTube video about the Arduino code. Please watch this to understand. So the first part up here, these are a bunch of variables, and these are the variables I'm going to use throughout the program. This first variable is TMP36, and it's a double. That means it is a variable that can have decimal places. So if you were to use the variable int, then that can only have the values of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. But a double can have decimal values. So it could be 4.52 or 4.536 and so on. And this double value is going to equal A0, which is going to be the port number for the Arduino card. So it's going to say which port number to use. Double temp F is, I'm going to use that for the temperature in Fahrenheit. And double temp 10 is going to be an array. So it's going to have 10 possible values in an array. And an array is like a matrix, basically. This part here, pen mode, that you declare that in the beginning, and that gives you access to pin number 7 on the Arduino card. And you're saying that's going to be output, so that means you're going to output a voltage. So these are all initializing those pins on your Arduino card. We're going to use 7 through 13, which means we can output a voltage. So I use those to turn on an LED. Then in the main part of the program, the void loop, we have this line here, serial print line, and what this does is it sends a text, a string back to the serial port. So when you run your Arduino card, it will send this back to appear in the. So when I upload this to my Arduino card, it says it's compiling right now. And there is a problem. So there was a problem, so I need to go to Tools and select the right port, go to my USB card, and when I upload it, if I hit this button, it's going to compile my sketch. And it's thinking. So now it's done uploading. So if I click on my serial monitor, now it's going to write what I have written right there. So under serial print line, every time it goes through the loop, it's going to print whatever is in the brackets here. So welcome to Dr. Wisbey's thermostat program. Okay. So this just prints whatever you have there, and these parentheses mean that it's a string. So here, this is an int variable, declaring this int number. So here, serial if available. This checks to see if there's something in the buffer. So my program, if I type in an A right there, then it says, okay, it's going to start reading a temperature. And I don't actually have a thermostat hooked up right now, but it's just reading some random voltage. But it selects which one is going to be in there. So I can also type an E right here, and it read that I had an E there once I pressed enter, and it went back over into my program, and so here it says in-char. If in-char equals E, then it escapes from this while loop, and then it will go back up here, and it will start printing this again. Okay, so serial available, that checks this part right here to see if you have any input. And if I just enter random letters, it doesn't do anything. Hopefully, I'm going to hit A and or E. Well, there we go. So E, and I'm going to hit A. Okay, so now it's reading a temperature again. Okay, so in char, it says serial read, that reads whatever you type there, and it saves it as a string. Then in my while loop here, if in char is an E, that's exit, and so I have a statement here. So temp here, it simply puts a value for the temperature into this array. So my map here, okay, so analog read, it reads whatever pin I specified in TMP362. It reads that voltage right there, okay, and then it takes that voltage, so it says it's between either 0 and 410, and it converts it to a temperature. And this variable in char here, these are string variables, so if it says char here, that means a character, and that just is a string. And so what this is doing, the serial read, it reads to see if you entered either A, E, or B into the serial port monitor. So right here, so if you entered A, then it will select a case, and it's not letting me do it right now. So if you entered A there and you hit enter, then it's going to read a temperature. Okay, and all that's doing is just selecting if this variable is A, then it does this, and if it's B, then it does this. And to get out of there, you hit E, and then it goes back up here to the main menu and it gives you this message. So it's always checking when it says if serial available, then serial read. It's always checking to see if there's something in the buffer. Okay, so the command delay, if you say delay 1000, that means wait 1 second. Okay, and then down here it also says in char, that's serial read. So again, that's checking to see if you entered a letter. Either in this case it would be an E, because at this point you can only enter E, and then that will take you back to the main menu. Okay, so this if statement here, okay, it says if temp IND is less than 69 degrees, do this part. That's digital write to pin 7. So write to pin 7 your Arduino card and put it in a high state. So that means turn on the voltage. So this would be connected to your LED, and that would mean turn it on. If it's not, if temp IND is greater than or equal to 69, we go to this and it'd say digital write 7 in low. So put pin number 7 in a low voltage state. Okay, so that means turn it off basically. Your LED would shut off that's connected to pin 7. Here, this if statement, what it would do is it says if temp IND is less than or equal to 70, or if temp IND is greater than 69, if either of those are true, then turn on the pin number 8, digital write 8, put it in a high state. Then what else would you need to know? So that's the if and else statements. And then your mapping function. Okay, so again, it takes analog read. So it look for this would say read this pin, whatever this is. This would be like A0. So TMP36, that's A0. Read pin A0, and you'll get a voltage between 0 and say 4.1 volts. So a voltage of 4.1 would be 410, and then map that to a temperature value, so between -50 and 150, and then that would give you your voltage in Celsius.